Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. The big patch with a lot of great content and freebies are here. And I thought I'd show it to you in-game as opposed to, 2 days ago I could have just read all that for you. But honestly, for the people who do go to the main Discord, I know there's a lot of you looking at the number of people that actually vote on the monthly hero this week. By the way, vote for Grace. I think Sigmund's a little bit overrated considering what you have already, right? I mean, you're not going to use Sigmund. Everybody has a Hazanja. And if you're talking about, pushing for faction, unless you don't have a Sigmund, right? Really, there isn't a lot of place to use Sigmund anymore. And even you saw in clearing at the end, you're not using Sigmund to clear at the end. You're using a Donald to finish off. So really, Sigmund has no place left in any content, sadly, at this point, unless you're kind of early mid games and you want to push, with Catherine plus Sigmund. That aside, hopefully that will change the outcome of the vote. I think Grace is just very close behind. With that out of the way, let's look at Ultimate Division. For those of you who are looking at this and be like, does this mean I only get 10,000 if I'm already an existing player? I actually thought that was the case when I first got into this interface. Then when I read it in detail, we're okay. But first, let's explain this. Is depending on your server time, you're going to be in one of these divisions, right? And this means a starting player will have to be at least 12 months before you get all the rewards here. But if you're already like in Ultimate Division, you can start earning towards all these rewards right away. And you get these ultimate big gem rewards based on the shape of your little tree flower thing here. And basically you get one fertilizer a day. So that means you kind of have to log in daily, right? And you can see that I already fertilized, once today. Tomorrow I have one more. And this allows me to start working towards this little tree's growth. When this tree hits every time it hits the new stage, I'm going to be getting one of these rewards. So you can see I'm getting these division rewards and these phase rewards, but I'm pretty sure all of these will refresh once we hit the next phase. The benefit of being on the Ultimate Division is we probably have better perks than you do if you're in an earlier division, but this is what you can look for at the beginning. Unfortunately, I can't click on any of the prior ones to see what the perks look like, but we can see reduced enhancement costs and double artifact drops, which is very nice win every week because we do have those events every week. In the division store, every day will refresh, but there was a freebie at the beginning I claimed already, but I guess the only benefit for newer players is if you're spending in early stages, you might have different deals. This is what the Ultimate Division store looks like, and you do have cheaper options to getting a pet, getting mythic selection chests from Blessing, and of course this one comes with a Spirit Beast equipment shard. I think overall it's really good to have these kind of player retention tactics in place. Sign-in rewards are always great. Once players play long enough in a game, they feel committed. So, being able to have freebies for new players for the entire first year, I think this will help with player growth and player retention a lot. So kudos for developing a system like that. As long as every stage every division you have sufficient players in it, so people don't feel like they're too disconnected from other players. Because I know, like when we look at Championship, Game of Thrones, like a lot of the content, we want to make sure that there's enough competition in each phase. But I think people will enjoy steamrolling over people if they're the big whale and they get to enjoy this for quite a bit. Another big update, Endless Cloister. Finally, okay, I feel like we can start pushing it a little bit further after they kind of hard, nerfed the content and made it a lot harder, right? Now we have the choice of picking the buffs that we want. So we can go, poison build if we want to, beat Nausea. I think we have Nausea on one of the stages. And what's really cool is you get one target boss every stage. So it seems like it's on a 10 boss rotation. So let's take a look. So, right, if I challenge the boss right now, there's only one stage now, right? Which is super, super great. And if you beat it already, you don't have to use a lot of multi-battle anymore. I used to have used multi-battle. So really, you shouldn't be running out of multi-battle anymore. And I can rate all 30 times. And it saves a ton of time really quick on it. And you can just push the highest level you can and then just spam rate it with that selection team. And once you play this long enough, you probably should be able to buy all the buffs, all 360 buffs. And you can just select the right the combination that's most helpful for you to clear that particular content, right? Which is going to be a big win. I definitely look forward to challenging these bosses and see if I can push further. I will probably, do a recording or a guide for each of the boss as I push through here. Now, of course, I don't have, the strong, I don't have a massive Incarnate Sanctuary, but the count is definitely getting up there. So, I'll see how far I get and I'll give you guys an update on that. It's always nice to have content to be able to make content for, right? The next part is here. So I know a lot of players, especially season ones, you can see that I cleared all stage 40 already, but they have removed the damage limitation from HP burn. So before, you see this dungeon effect, it used to say HP burn damage is either reduced. I can't remember if that was on stage 36 when you actually see damage reduced, but HP burn wasn't really effective on a lot of the stages before. Yeah, I think it's 36 when it actually starts saying that, but really, you really should be using, taking advantage of a lot of the buffs here, and they scale really well. So either way, HP burn really gives you a good option to push further if you want. And I mean, if you think about Adeline here and Momolo, you could have solid HP burn teams that push things through. But of course, most of the teams you will still be just using Indra and Diamu, and that's just the most OP thing to clear everything with. And I'll leave it on that particular note for these three major, buffs. Sorry. For the patch notes on those ones. Sorry, my mind is just slipping a little bit. Been lacking sleep. They implemented recommend heroes, just so in case if you have trouble figuring out what is the hero in the icon. Now, obviously, we all know this is like the best thing for Agatha, and they don't put the Agatha here because they made Aura just for, or Echo just for Agatha. I think this is unnecessary because you can tell which hero this is from the icon. And this is obviously Rister, right? So I will work on Echo guide. I know I put one out really early when it first came out. There's a few really good Echoes where they could be useful for multiple heroes. So for example, this one, it's going to say recommended for Little Jack, but Bizarre Flame is really good for a lot of the burn heroes. Any burn heroes work really well. Okay. Limited time buff. Okay, so we're going to get something different in Wuthering Coast than Armor Breaking one. We had this one for quite a few months now, so looking forward to seeing something different, and hopefully will help some people get past the 16 bill mark. The summons this week is Nicola with a bunch of mediocre heroes. Not very exciting. If you're new, maybe you're going to try your luck on Nicholas, but most likely I wouldn't recommend spending on this banner at all. Fortune Astrology. Okay, so we're seeing monetization events every single week. So the event stores here, there was 5 for gems. And the reason why you notice a lot of things are spent, you usually see me do this in video. That's a hint that I recorded 20 minutes of content with the mic off again. So I'm just re-recording right now. You can probably sense a little bit of frustration here, but anyways, not exactly happy with this particular event. Far too expensive. With 10 summons, you only get to 20,000 points. I'm pretty sure you need more than 200, more than 100, maybe 150 or so, but even 100, right? To get to this limited chest is so expensive. And here you're not getting limited heroes, but if you're desperate for an Indra to go with your DMU, the cost of it will be $66 USD. Sorry, this is the wrong store. Yeah, this is the right store. Sorry, you'll need $16 here plus this one to get to that 40 guaranteed draws. Next week we do have Spring Sultra event, so it looks like it's like one of those full week events, and of course there will be another gem miner event. So really every week they're adding a new monetization gimmicky thing, in addition to selling you a lot of these special packs. Like this time, they have in here a guaranteed cop. You know, you have your popper and your does in these usual ones. Oh, they just dropped another one that I didn't notice they had before. But over here you have again Echo Selection Chest, and here another limited hero you can just straight up buy for after spending $170. I know, locking it behind the super. I know it's if you just if this is all you want, well, they're gonna make you spend more. They try to create value for it, but we all know it's just pixels, right? So a little bit disappointing in terms of the monetization. But if you're new to the game and you're a whale and you're willing to support the game, the game is giving you a lot of options to catch up, which is nice. And we do see a lot of new players joining the game. I can tell that from the viewers and people who are reaching out to me. So very excited to have a lot of new players joining the game and the devs, and we do see the ads as well. So that's really good. Okay, so that's it. Enough rambling about the patch notes, but overall, really exciting, right? Good to see a roadmap. We have a lot of other great content dropping later this week. If you didn't catch my last video on the roadmap, or you can go to the main Discord and read all about it. And I'll leave it here. Wish you the best rest of your day wherever you're at. Gandalf out.